Let's go a little bit more. Monday. We want to go to Monday. Let's go to 4 o'clock. Cool, guys. So let's go on with it. Guys, by the way, just before this, I was doing a little bit of pre-market analysis. So I just literally just marked out my medium inducement zones. So guys, when I wake up in the morning, this is what I see, guys. Yeah. So I wake up in the morning, I have a quick skim over the hourly session. So I quickly go out on the hourly, and guys, this is the highest time frame I go. I don't go any higher than the hourly time frame. And guys, I just want to say a pre-note before I start. Yeah, guys, for the last 2 weeks, me myself, someone that's been funded and still has a funded account and has got payouts before, I have been paper trading. I've been opening FTMO demo accounts and I've been paper trading. Now, if you ask me why I've been paper trading because over the last couple of weeks, I've failed a couple challenges and I've sat back to myself and I've said to myself, why am I failing these challenges? Someone that's passed multiple challenges, I've got a couple good payouts. I've said to myself, why? So sometimes as a trader, when you're making simple mistakes, you have to really take a step back and say to yourself, what is going wrong here? And what can I do to fix it? And what once you've identified where you're going wrong, and once you've identified what shortcomings is happening and where you're making your mistakes, is when you go back to paper trading and you start building good habits again. One thing I was doing is I was trying to be a perfectionist. I've fixed that now, thank God. Another thing I was doing, I wasn't covering the high. I was being greedy with my stop losses. I was entering at stupid times. I wasn't, and I was doing a lot of silly mistakes because I was trying to rush things. And now that I've actually taken a step back and I've said to myself, all right, cool, I've fixed the majority of these problems. I feel ready now. After probably, I'm gonna give one more week of full trading this week. This week, I'm gonna be on the computer every single day, following my rules. And guys, this is 3 sets of rules that I've set for myself. And mathematically, I've worked out that these sets of rules is is not something I'm going to be following on the back testing because we're back testing, but this is something that I follow. Rule one. So this is the 2 rules that I've set for myself, and I would recommend if you do have the capability to follow these rules, to follow them. First rule is 2 trades a day. If you ask myself, why am I taking 2 trades a day? Me taking 2 trades a day, it forces me to only take good setups. Instead of me jumping and saying, oh, we've got a supply zone, sell there, no change of character because I'm literally just trying to sell there. It makes me step back as an individual and say to myself, all right, cool. I've only got 2 opportunities throughout this whole day. If I waste these 2 opportunities, then I cannot trade. And what if a good opportunity comes my way and I miss it? Another thing this helps you with, when you take away as many trades, this also preserves capital. As well as preserving capital, you take only prime setups. As well as taking prime setups, you actually put thought behind your setups that you're going to be taking. You actually say to yourself, all right, cool. My name's A. I'm starts with an A. I say to myself, A, these are my confluences for these trades. I believe this is what's going to happen. My confluences are set. I will take this trade. And guys, if you have your confluences set and you take the trade, and if you are wrong, maybe once, maybe twice, it is okay. Followed your plan. You took your 2 setups that you had your like you had a decent amount of confluences for. You was wrong that day. You didn't catch any trades, and that limits you to, if you take both of them at 1%, 2K loss a day. If you and another, my second rule is to get onto the second note for my second rule. My first trade, I don't know why did it go to EU, man. Fuck's sake. It's gone to Awanda. Cool. My second rule for is my first trade will be at 0.5% volume. My second trade will be at 1% volume. And I'm going to tell you the reasoning behind this as well, guys, before we get onto the backtesting session. And it's going to make a lot of sense. If my first trade, I take a 1 to 3, I will be making, and it hits full volume, I will be making $3,250 at a 1 to 3 partial and a full volume at 1 to 10. If then I go ahead and lose my second trade for the day, I will be now up 2.2k for the day, and that will be my day done. Let's say that's that's a okay scenario. Let's say we have a day, we lose the first trade, but then we take a 1% volume on the next trade, and we take a 1 to 3 partial at 1.5%, and we get hit at break even. I would have lost only $500. Let's say we're including spreads onto that as well. I would have lost only $500, resulting in my day just being at a loss of, let's say, maximum $950 to $900. So still, we will not be finishing the day at a negative. We'll still be on the positive. Let's say we both lose trades. We lose trade one at 0.5%. That's $500 done, and we lose the other trade for the day. That's one. I will limit my loss to 1.5k. And let's say the next day we wake up, we catch a 1 to 3 and a full volume at 1 to 5. Boom, no problem. That'll recover. Or let's say we lose 2 days in a row. Let's say we lose 2 days in a row. We lost 3k so far. Monday, Tuesday was terrible. We lost 3k. Let's say on Wednesday I catch a full volume, taking partials at 1 to 3 and a full volume at 6.5k. I will now be positive 3.5k. So do you understand what I'm saying to you? By just applying these two rules to my risk management, I will be able to be a profitable trader, especially if you can catch. And this is even at a 30% win volume, because let's say you lose 7 out of the trades, one trade, or let's say you lose 6 out of 4 trades, one trade will be able to, or 2 trades or 3 trades in a row will be able to cover your losses and pass you the account. That's just one rule that I've set for myself, and this is a rule that I will be following from this week on. And I've back tested it with data as well, following this rule, and it is gaining me profitability. Cool. That's my 2 rules for risk management trades. Also, another rule, another thing I had to fix was me not covering highs and me placing my things at the middle of zones. So I will be a bit more lenient with my stop loss, but that's just something that I've worked on myself, but I'm not going to get to that. But guys, this is a risk management protocol that I've backed with data, and this risk management protocol, especially if you can catch 1 to 10s or even 1 to 3s and break even, this will actually get you thing. But you have to stick to this. If you don't stick to this, then forget about it. Forget this all even exists, because it's not going to work. But cool. Anyway, guys, that's enough of me rambling. I hope everyone here benefited something from that. I will be now going on to GU, and guys, look, even in this backtesting session, I could be wrong. I could take 3 stop losses in a row, 4 stop losses in a row. It's okay. It's no problem. At the end of the day, I'm a trader. Some weeks I will lose. Maybe some weeks I'll break even. Some weeks I might be profitable. But eventually, the whole goal is to be able to pass your account and get a payout. But anyway, guys, let's continue with the backtesting session. So cool. What I did was I went onto the hourly session. As you can see, we had a beautiful area of trendline liquidity that got taken out from this. Also, after I've seen this trendline liquidity get in, I've gone on to 15-minute time frame, and now I am looking at current price action. So I'm saying, all right, cool. I'm saying all of this liquidity got taken up by this candle, but this candle, as of yet, has broke structure so far here. So, but it's tapped into some sort of supply zone. As you can see, this supply zone failed to break this low. So I'm thinking, all right, cool. If this supply zone failed to break this low, we've also had a medium inducement here. And now that we've had a break of structure above this high, and also this would be a 5-minute break of structure most likely, I'm saying to myself, all right, cool. If this is my medium inducement, this should be my smart money trap. Right here, this supply zone should be my smart money trap. This one right here. So let's mark this out as a smart money trap. And we will also have other confirmations. And before we do that, let's just put a quick question mark here, because we don't know this is a smart money trap until we get to it. Well, we can have a guess and an educated guess. Why can we have an educated guess? Because this blue box right here is previous day high for me. Guys, this blue box is previous day high, and this is previous day low and previous week. Orange is previous week, and this is previous day. So another reason I know is that previous day supply zones, majority of the time, do not like to hold, and they like to get induced. Also, this is another structural high. So if this is our next medium, this is our original medium inducement that Asia's given us, ideally, we should look to take this and then get a possible reversal, or we will just take this liquidity and continue going higher. But when we get to that point, we'll see. So cool. First things first, let's continue right here. If you're saying this is our medium inducement and we're trading away from this, ideally we don't expect price action to come back into here. So cool. Anyway, let's play some price action right here. Let's wait for our Asia sessions to print. Let's see what Asia session has given us. Cool. Asia session, can we see anything else? We also see here relatively equal highs from this little wick to here. So we can, this is our first little area of liquidity. Also, can we see any other sort of liquidity being formed right about here? Okay, cool. What do I see here? I see a build-up of trendline liquidity that we can look to target. What is our time period at the moment? It's 6:30 in the morning. I am not awake at this time, so I will not even bother to look for any sort of sell trade as of yet. So cool. Let's see what happens here. As we've taken Asia high, we do expect a little bit of a reaction. Now let's see what happens. Cool. So as of right now, we are sort of respecting this sort of trend line right here. So let us see what happens. So cool. Now we've arrived at Asia midline, and now we are getting to a point where we can now start to look for a trade as it's approaching London. Cool. So now let's start to look for some trades as we're approaching London. So cool. Now we've had our inducement of this trend line. We've had our inducement, as you can see, all these lows have been taken. One low here, one low there, one low here. We have to wait for London and see if we can find ourselves a minor inducement or a minor build-up that can show us that we are ready to buy. So cool. As of now, we have had our relevant break of structure, and on top of that, we have taken this. But cool. I'm not too confident with this trade as of yet, because this could be a break and retest liquidity point, and we could just be tapping into the supply zone, and then we can shoot up, we can go continue making a lower low from here. So from a seller's perspective, this could be an inducement. It can mitigate that, and we can break this low from here and continue going lower. So let's wait for some more confirmations. Cool. Cool. So now that we've broken this, ideally, we want to actually come around here and possibly look for an Asian midline mitigation. So now that we've broken this, I've seen a 5-minute break of structure. So this would be my 5-minute break of structure right here as of yet. That would be my 5-minute break of structure. So ideally, we want to now position ourselves to see if we can get into some buys. So cool. Now we have this area here as our mitigation zone. Let me change this to right here. And let's change this to order block. Cool. So this is our mitigation zone. So let's see if we can position ourselves here in any sort of thing. So cool. If we're saying this is our medium inducement, we should expect this to be a smart money trap as well. Smart money trap. And if this is going to be a smart money trap, this should be our invalidation. Let's change this to invalidation. 1 second. This should be our invalidation for that smart money trap. So if price lands into here, and this is an actual relevant break of structure, this should be our invalidation for the smart money trap. Let's put this into the bottom as well. So guys, how do you identify smart money traps? If you think that this is a smart money trap, you have to look to the next local demand. If we get an internal break of structure here and we break structure, that would also validate that this is going to be a smart money trap. So cool. Let's see anyway. So we've had our 5-minute inducement low. We've had our relevant break of structure. Ideally, we should look for a mitigation from this zone right here. From our invalidation zone, we should look from a thing, because this is a smart money trap, we are saying, and this is the invalidation. This is, well, in this case, this would be the validation for it, but this would be the invalidation for this sell. But cool, anyway, let's see. So I'm at the moment currently seeing some equal lows being built here. That's what I'm seeing. And we are continuing to break structure. Cool. As you can see, more equal lows are being built here. And guys, I haven't still rushed into a trade. I'm still waiting for London to give me my opportunity. I
Yo,
still have
Adams,
not rushed into a trade. Yes, bro.
move. There's a line there. If you can remove it.
Which line?
The black one. No, the other
This
one
one?
on your right. No, no, on your right, on your right.
This one? This
No, on
one?
your right, right, right. It's from SMT to invalidation.
Curly one.
Yeah, that
Oh,
one
this
there.
one here. All
Yeah,
right, cool.
yeah,
Here.
calm.
So, all right, cool, perfect. No, cool, bro. So cool. Now that what all right, cool. Now, guys, I'm thinking this might be okay. Cool. Now that we've tapped into our zone here, let's change this back to order block. Now we need to position ourselves and say to ourselves, all right, cool. We've had an inducement low. If we now break structure again, I will take that. However, if you guys want to be a bit more aggressive, we can also do this. We've had our relevant break of structure. We've also had the minor inducement. If you guys want to be a bit more aggressive and take this zone like this is a more than welcome to take trade at a, let's try and give this a little bit of buffer. At a 5.5 pip, we will take this trade. And our ideal point is for a 1 to 10 just above here. Cool. This could be your first entry. Let's see if price reacts from here as we expect it to. Let's see. Cool. Price is playing out. Let's play price out. Cool. If we play price out here, cool. It's coming back to our zone. Cool. So now that I've had this inducement, it's coming back to our zone. Also, guys, I just want to say something. If you're saying this is going to be a buy, this is going to be a fake change of character. As this is a fake change of character, 1 second, fake change of character. Let's put this at the bottom because we're looking for buys now. So what the market should be bringing in people to sells, but we could be wrong, and this fake change of character could be right. But as far as we are at the moment, we're looking for buys. Why are we looking for buys? Let me just refresh everyone's mind. We've had this build up of liquidity here. We are trading away from this medium inducement that was produced for us in Asia. And now why am I saying Asia medium inducement zone? Guys, I just want to say something. If we take away the Asia box, this is a structural low that's been induced. So this is still a medium inducement. It doesn't matter if it happened in Asia. It doesn't matter. It does sort of matter because Asia is approaching the prime times, but it matters. Like, let's say if it happened in the later of the day, I wouldn't expect a larger reaction. However, as it happened in Asia and we're approaching Frankfurt and London, our main timing windows, I say, all right, cool. This inducement should be enough fuel for us to be able to continue higher. So cool. Anyway, let's go back onto the medium, onto the 1 minute time frame. As we've now explained what's from a higher time frame perspective, what's going on. Now that we have this build up right here, so originally we had this build up, we had this inducement low, we had this relevant break of structure, and on top of that, we had this minor build up of this little equal low slash trend line. We've had an inducement into the mitigation. So right now, currently, if we build up our confluences, we've had a medium inducement, we've had a 5M liquidity cycle, which is a strong liquidity cycle. We've had a 1M liquidity cycle, and we've had a relevant break of structure, and also on top of that, we have a smart money trap. Cool. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 confluences. So even if we're wrong and we take this trade, we've built our confluences, and based on our confluences and what we've seen so far, this would still be a valid loss because we followed the cycles, we followed the inducements, we've had our changes of character slash relevant break of structures, we've identified our smart money traps. So this in itself would be a valid trade. Even if we're wrong, it'd still be a valid loss because we followed our plan and we took a loss, and losses have to be accounted for. But anyway, cool. So now that we've got this entry here, it's still giving us thing, is what we're tapping in, we're here, still here, shaky fingers. Guys, and I just want to say something. Ideally, this would be my break-even point, but it really depends on what goes on here. If there's still imbalances left, I'll probably would leave it a little bit later and take my break off once it breaks here. This would probably be my break-even point. Let's go break even and let's set our 1 to 3 partial. I like to take partials at like 1 to like when I get I'm a bit greedy. I want to see like 1750 or like 3.5k, and then I take like 1750, but that's just me in it because I like to use that $250 for spreads and not spreads. I mean for what's that word called? for the cost
Commission.
that it enters. Yeah, commission trades. Yeah, that's the word. Thank you, Said. So cool. Let's set our thing to for the sake of the video. I mean, for the sake of the backtesting, let's just set this to here. Cool. So now that we've got this here, this is would be our 1 to 3 partial here. Amazing. And this would be our 1 to 10. Cool.
Bro,
Cool,
sorry, I
guys.
have a
So
question.
let's play price action now. We've entered this trade. We're now going to be playing price action. Cool. So
Mm.
at this point here, I would now think twice about breaking even. Why would I think twice about breaking even? Is because it hasn't fully broken it yet as of yet. It's created equal highs, and on top of that, I see all of this imbalances that need to get filled. So possibly in this instance, I wouldn't be at break even. I'll let the play ride. So guys, break evens, you have to be a bit careful about them because you could go break even, and what if this trade now when we play it out we've just missed a 1 to 10. So
Adam, another thing you can do, you can move your stop loss below the new demand, because if price
below
comes old, the other one on your left, no,
this
the
one,
other one, no, you see, yeah, that one there, you can just put your stop loss
yeah.
below there. That's what I normally do
But
sometimes.
I would still keep it there because some prop firms have bad slippage. So, for
Yeah,
example,
yeah,
I've been
yeah.
slipped out on QT before. I've put my demand here and I've been slipped out of a trade and it's went and hit my take profit. So, guys, in some instances, if you got good slippage on your broker, then I'll do what Saeed done and move it here. Because ideally, if it breaks above this, if it breaks below this, then the trade is now would now be invalid anyway. However, in some instances, if you've got bad slippage, then just keep your stop loss as it is because you already accepted the risk. So just go on with it. So cool. Now that we've hit there, let's see. Cool. As you can see, guys, at this current moment in time, price is playing. It's close at our thing. We've officially secured that 1 to 3 partial now, guys. Yeah, we've officially secured a 1 to 3 partial. So cool. Let's go. And where is my little trusty box where I put my money and my profit and my loss? Cool. My table is here. So let's put profit. Let's put loss. And let's put total.
Bro,
Total.
I have a question.
Total. Cool, guys. So as of now,
Yo, Ada,
we have
someone has a
secured
question.
one.
1 second.
Yeah, go on. I'm gonna answer. Usually I like to leave the questions for last, but I'm gonna
Okay,
answer the
okay,
question for the sake. No, no, but I'll answer it. No problem, bro. Since
okay.
you think. Let me go onto the chat and let me go on to answer the question. And let me open the chat. Cool. Let's see. Um,
Who
do you
has
know
a
who
question?
answered the? Do you
It
know
was
who asked
me.
the question?
Who?
I'm
Yes.
just
Yes, bro.
not
Go on.
seeing
Oh,
the Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you, bro.
I'm just not seeing the medium inducement. I know you took it in Asia, but I'm not able to see how that's the medium inducement.
Medium
It
inducement.
looks like it looks like equal lows. I don't know. Maybe it's
Yes,
possible.
it still took it. If you could see here,
Um,
and guys, if your crosshair is dotted, I'll recommend going onto the settings and changing it to a straight line. This is how I like to think. Sometimes if I'm a little bit confused if it's equal lows,
mhm.
and also another reason why I understand what the brother is saying. This could be relatively equal lows. However, we have 5 minute and 1 minute structures, liquidity cycles that are backing us to say, all right, cool, this might actually be a valid inducement, medium inducement, and we can trade away from here because we are having minor liquidity cycles to tell us, all right, cool, thing, we're here. So cool. Anyway, guys, if we know that this is the inducement now, this automatically is going to be a smart money trap. I do not even need to think about this twice. Why is this going to be a smart money trap? Because first of all, it's reacted off of God knows where. Firstly, another reason why is sometimes what price action likes to do is we build a channel in Asia. Yes, that is no problem. But also the channel that we built in Asia gets induced by another channel that's created in Frankfurt. So as you can see, guys, this is also another channel of sellers. So is this is another channel of sellers. It's not the cleanest trend line, but it's still a channel of sellers. And if we know that sales is not valid, all these sales is people. We need to think of it like this. Price action is here to trap you. Price action is here to trick you. Price action is here for you to lose your money. That is the goal of price action. What is the goal of a trader? The goal of a trader is to give an analysis based on their strategy, based on their confluences, and take the trade. Price action here has showed buyers. If price just continued here, and buy, everyone in the world will be buying. So what did price need to do? Price had to in Frankfurt short this channel here. So London traders, when it got to 8 a.m., are waking up and seeing, all right, cool. We have taken Asia high. Asia high traders are selling from here. They've also built break and retest are selling from here. So everyone now that's woken up for London or is in Frankfurt is selling. And what do they expect? They expect at least Asia low or a continuation of the higher time frame. As you can see, higher low, higher low, higher low. As you can see, because people here, what are they going to see this as? People here are going to see this as a break of structure. People here are going to see this as a break of structure because this technically is a break of structure. But what do we see it as? We see it as an inducement low. And the next place they are going to be selling is this supply zone. If this is a break of structure, smart money traders are saying, all right, cool, we're just breaking structure and selling, breaking structure and sell off the next supply. So automatically we can say two reasons why we believe this is going to be a smart money trap. First things first, it lies on previous day high. Second reason why it lies on, and second reason why is we are trading away from a medium inducement. So we know that this is a medium inducement and this is previous day high, that ideally this should be a smart money trap and this should get broken. However, if it doesn't, then we will then adjust as traders to say, all right, cool, why was this not a smart money trap? Reasons why, and we can now adjust ourselves here and look to sell down. But at this current moment of time, based on what we are seeing in price action, we believe that this is going to be a smart money trap. So anyway, guys, let's continue this trade and let's play it out anyway. So cool, guys. As you can see, look, we're having reactions from here. Look, smart money trap reaction here. Sellers got trapped in here. What happened? Induced. What happened here? Equal highs, induced, smart money traps, induced. Look at all these strategies that are getting induced, left, right, and center. All because we have found the correct direction of the day. And guys, not every single day are we going to find the correct direction. I don't every single day find the correct direction. Saeed doesn't. I'm sure Samara doesn't. I'm sure Ali doesn't. But it's normal. So don't take a loss and beat yourself up about it. It's normal to take losses in trading. We're not perfect. We're only human and we make mistakes. But anyway, let's continue with this trade. That's enough waffling for me. So cool. As you can see, I'm expecting some sort of reaction here. Some sort of reaction. And possibly this zone might even be able to get induced. And guys, if we've got the correction direction, I just want to say something. This is for the people that are a bit more advanced. You can take all the flow trades. Boom, you can take a trade from here. Because now we've got the correct direction. We know this. We've got the correct direction. You could take all the flow trade from here. And this one here could be our thing. And then I'm expecting this zone to get induced and it tap into here ideally. That's what I possibly think might happen. Yep, if I'm correct. Actually, no, it created equal lows. So cool, it didn't break it. And now if here, so if we know this is going to be a smart money trap and that we've got a reaction, we can take this off this demand zone right here. Boom, right here. Actually, let me get rid of that. And go here. Boom. And we can now give us a little bit of room. 3.5 pips is fine. And we can also take this here. So just within this one position, we can make 1 to 10, 1 to 13, 1 to 10. And most prop firms don't allow multiple entries. I think QT does now, but QT is just a terrible prop firm, so I'd stay away from them anyways. Spread's terrible, slippage terrible. But if you're on your personal account and you're trading, then you can take multiple entries. $100 there, $100 there, $100 there. This one, secure 1 to 3. So all these trades are now free. So even if you're wrong, all right, cool. You've taken a trade. It will cover these losses. Or let's say you took $100, or let's say you took 150, or let's say you took $100, you made 150, enter $50, and ride the wave. 1 to 10, that's 500. 1 to 13, that's 650. And this one here, if it hits full volume, you took half of it. probably make 450. So just from this, you can make $1,000. But anyway, let's just continue with our original trade. I'm just showing things for people that trade on their personal with their live money and not prop firms. With prop firms, the ideal thing to do is just hold your trade, hit your 1 to 10, take your 6.5%, and on to the next trade. But cool, anyway, enough waffling from me. Let's actually play this trade and see if we hit full volume. Cool. So this one would have been a break-even trade because after the first break of structure, always go break-even. And I did expect this to get induced, to be honest. I'm not too surprised about that. So cool. So cool. Guys, look, the first reaction, second reaction to bring more sellers in, and then it took them out again. Anyway, let's play price action. In fact, you know what? Let's go on to the 5 minute and let's just scoot through this. Cool. And then, guys, from here, now is the trick thing. Now, let's go into invalidations. This is going to be my invalidation zone for this thing. So if this zone right here from now, if this zone breaks this zone, I'll be looking for sales. Because now the invalidation has been invalidated. We've tapped into a supply zone, even though I believe this is a thing, this invalidation will be invalidated. And even if it fills 50% of the imbalance, that's also a thing. It doesn't always need to tap, but if it fills 50% of the imbalance, I'll still be looking to think. So cool. Anyway, let's see what happens here. Boom. Yes, guys. Bob's your uncle. We've hit TP. Very close, actually. But guys, if you've set a alert at 1 to 10 and it doesn't manually close, always set an alert here and just close your trade if it doesn't manually close, because I know some prop firms don't manually automatically close, but close your trade because sometimes it might be a little bit different. But don't get greedy. If you're at like 1 to 8.9, 1 to 9.3, what's 0.07 pips? It's not going to make a difference. Can you move? Excuse me. Thank you. I appreciate it. So cool. That's a 1 to 10 hit. Let's change this profit to 6.5k, 0.5k. And now, okay, guys. Now the question is, we've taken previous day high. This has been confirmed as a smart money trap. We've taken previous day high. We are at officially another medium inducement zone. So as you can see here, when I was doing my pre-market analysis, I did say target next medium inducement, possible reversal zone. Why did I put possible reversal zone? Is because I need confirmations. I can't just say, all right, cool, we've got a medium inducement. We need to now be looking to sell. I can't say that. I need confirmations. So what's my confirmation going to be? First things first, this is my 5 minute break of structure. This one right here. It's my 5 minute break of structure. Let's get our confidence to list out. And guys, this is looking like it's going to be a really nice day. So first things first, our first confluence, what do we have? Medium inducement slash previous day high. That's our first confluence. We've written that down now. That's the first thing that we're looking to do. So cool. Let's see what we can figure out from here now. So cool. Guys, this low hasn't led to a high. So if he breaks past, this is not a change of character. Also, I just want to say something. If we go into the 5 minute, I want to put a. So how would I place my invalidation here? The question is, cool. My invalidation would be this zone right here. However, if it breaks past my invalidation, now I would be possibly interested into buyers. Into sells. But cool. So we've taken that out. We've taken previous day high. As we've taken previous day high, I am expecting a reaction. So we've had now 1, 2, possibly. Let me see if it makes sense. Guys, I do not recommend this, but if it does make sense, I will go for a quick 1 to 3 full volume off the extreme. If the thing makes sense, cool. Guys, for me, I'll go for a quick 1 to 3 here. Full volume, 1 to 3. Why would I go for a quick volume? If we now have an inducement of this high, we haven't fully as of yet reached the invalidation, fully as of yet. And we've taken previous day high. So I'm expecting some sort of reaction here. But like I said, guys, this is a risky trade and I could be taking an L here. But let's see. For the sake of the back testing, we've taken previous day high. We've had a 2-leg protocol. We've broken it twice. We've now induced a high, and we have a demand zone off the extreme. I'll be looking to take this at a full volume 1 to 3. And if it does go for 1 to 10, it's no problem. I've taken the risk now. Let's see, guys. Let's see. We might hit stop loss on this one. It's looking like that one. That we're gonna hit stop loss. Let's see. Cool. Cool, guys. We've hit stop loss. Like I said, it is a bit of a risky trade, but for the sake of back testing, I did try it out. And in some cases, that will work. However, in this case, it didn't. So let's take our loss to 1K. 1K. And guys, if you're asking me why I took this trade, I'm going to tell you now. It was a bit of a risky one, and it's not a big confidence trade. It's because I thought, all right, cool. I had a 2-leg protocol. We've taken previous day high. We've tapped into an extreme. However, we didn't fully, as of yet, reach this full invalidation. We've only come to this 1-minute demand. However, we was actually, you know what? This trade was a bit silly, actually. But it was a bit of a risky one, but it's no problem. But cool. Anyway, so cool. Now that we've induced this high, if we break past this low, this would be our internal break of structure. I would possibly be looking for sells. But let's see. So we've had this inducement there. That would be our internal break of structure. Let's see. Nope, we haven't as of yet tapped in. Oh, we haven't. All right, cool. We've broken it now. However, now the question is, we've taken a loss already. Do you want to be risky and take another loss? Nope. Let's wait for a 5-minute break of structure, and if we're really ready to reverse, we should be ready to reverse. And guys, one thing I want to say, why this trade was a bit stupid as well, is because never take a trade in the first like 10-15 minutes in some cases of New York session. So cool. Let's take this trade here. Let's see what's going on. So cool. This is our 5-minute break of structure, by the way, guys. Yeah. Let's see here. So we've had an inducement high of these equal highs. These relatively equal highs. We've had an internal break of structure. We've had an internal break of structure. Before price action breaks this, because it could just reverse up from here, am I looking to take this trade? Let's go into a short position. For the sake of the back testing, fuck it. I'm going to take this trade. But I'm going to cover these highs. So let's just put this at 6 pips. I'm going to cover these highs, and let's just go for a 1 to 3. Just to recover the loss. Full volume, 1 to 3. As we have a large stop loss as well. So cool, guys. Why am I taking this trade? Let me just get our confidences out again. I'm going to tell you why I'm taking this trade now. So first things first, medium inducement. Second things first, liquidity cycle, equal highs. So 1M liquidity cycle. I don't really like to trade internal breaks or structures, but we've had a internal break of structure as well. And our fourth confluences is timing, which is timing, New York Open. Well, not really official New York Open, but official New York Open for us. So cool. Let's see, guys. If we take another loss, then it is absolutely no problem because we are eating into our profit. So cool. Let's see. Ideally, I am expecting this high possibly to get taken. But if we're saying now that this is going to be our medium inducement, this in itself should be a smart money trap now. Because if we are saying this is a medium inducement, and now if we want to confirm that this is a medium inducement, this now would be our invalidation. This supply zone right here would be our invalidation. This would be our invalidation. Cool, guys. Just before I move on to this trade, is anyone confused why I took this trade? I just want to open the chat. Sorry, that's my email. I should not be going on that. Is everything's clear? All right, cool. We've got clear. No problem. Cool. If everyone's clear, no one's asked anything, then we should be go. So just to recap on why I took this trade. Initially, we got stopped out, which is I kind of understand why. From the first kind of 5 minutes, majority of the time, early buyers or early sellers do get induced. Something I do, like, guys, I know this information, but it's like there's so much information sometimes, even me, I make mistakes and I can't remember them. And then I turn around and say, oh, I know why that happened. And so it's okay, like, there's no problem. But anyway, cool. So we've had our internal break of structure. And guys, usually I don't really like to trade internal breaks of structures, but in this case, I will be doing that. So this one would be my relevant break of structure. And it will be officially confirmed at this 5 minute one. So cool. We've had our smart money trap. Ideally, we're saying this is our smart money trap because this in itself should give reactions and we should stop PR. So cool. Let's see. Let's see another reaction. Whoa. Cool, guys. I guess we've smashed the 1 to 3. I'm gonna class this as 3K. I'm not gonna class this as anything else. But I'm gonna see how far this trade does go, and I'm gonna leave it to run to Asia. To be safe, Asia midline. To be safe, Asia midline. However, I do see previous day low here, and we are slightly bearish on the higher time frame. So I would be looking to take this all the way down to possibly Asia low. Let's see, and do we hit our Asia low target? Let's see. Sorry, guys. Do we hit our Asia low target? Cool. Guys, in this instance, we didn't hit our Asia low target. But like I said, Asia midline is a perfect place to take your liquidity. But in this case, for the simple fact, I'm going to call this a 8.5k. So total, so no, profit is 9.5k. My apologies. 9.5k, and we've taken one loss that adds up to 8.5k. Thank you, guys. You've just passed phase 1. That is in one day, guys. With taking the loss included. So we took one trade, beautiful trade. We've hit full volume 1 to 10. We've taken another trade, we've lost. So we're still following our 2 loss maximum rule because we didn't take a loss here. We So 2 losses a day. We only took 1 loss here. So if we took another loss here, then that would have been day called. And we would have finished the day with 4.5k. No problem. And on to the next day. But cool, guys. This is like one day of just passing your challenge. 8.5k in one day. If you just sat down, held through here, waited until 2 o'clock, didn't look, hit your TP, come around here. And guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, emotions would be flying seeing these things. But even that's one thing I have a problem with. So one thing that my friend Tim said to me, he said, just put your prof phone away and just look at the computer and just let it run. Don't get attached to the numbers. Forget the numbers. Get attached to your trading. When you're attached to your trading and you're having fun here, enjoying, saying, all right, cool, this is a smart money trap, this is that, and you're just seeing your trading to come to light, this is where you will enjoy trading more than the money eventually. And then as a plus side of enjoying your trading, you will be making money. But cool, guys, that's a Monday done. And guys, I promised my missus a walk around London, so I will be after today. After this next Tuesday. I will be finishing off the backtesting session, as I've done on Monday, and let's get on to Tuesday. But this is my last day, so just bear with me. I do apologize. I would like to do more longer ones, but guys, before I do move on, I just want to say one thing. If we go on to my social,
I think you muted yourself.
I think it's a connection, maybe. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I think it's connected.
I'm back. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. So sorry guys, I literally just went and got the link for my YouTube. Before I do continue onto the other day, I just want to say guys, if you guys can do me a quick favor, it's completely free, nothing. If you guys could just post, if you guys can just like and subscribe. Well, I haven't even posted anything yet. If YouTube, it costs nothing to. So if you lot could just give a little support and just subscribe. I'm just waiting for my recording equipment to come, and this is just for. So I'll be like I said, I'll be doing trading tips and strategies and boxing and workouts for anyone that wants to have like a healthy lifestyle. I'll be posting my meals, what I've been cooking, and just a day-to-day life. And guys, if you guys want to subscribe, it's you lot are more than welcome to. It's for free. Like I said, it costs nothing,
Yo,
and
Hajram,
it would be supportive. Yes, bro.
is meerkat, are they your favorite animals?
Bro, I can't lie. I do like meerkats, man. They are one of my favorite animals. Yeah, bro. Thank you, bro.
I've,
I,
se-
I
I've
appreciate.
seen them on your Instagram as well.
Yeah. They're one of my favorite animals, bro. Because they work as a team, guys. And guys, I just want to
Yeah.
say why I like meerkats is because when one meerkat's doing something, another meerkat is looking out for its partner. And what Money Never Sleeps is about is looking out for other people. And like, guys, I take my time out of this to do this for free. And guys, this stuff works. You've just seen it on GU on a perfect day. I've taken you through day-to-day things, and it's just things that if you apply and put effort into it, it will work for you. Like, guys, this didn't happen overnight, you know. I didn't get this level of knowledge and all of this overnight. I worked my ass off. I literally worked my ass off. So let's go on to British pound or Wanda, and let me do Tuesday as I did promise everyone Tuesday. And guys, like I just want to say, like for a year, I struggled, I stressed, and like guys, don't expect trading to pay you overnight because it's not one of them things that's gonna pay you overnight. I promise you. But if you do put the effort in and you do gain the skill, it's gonna be a skill that's gonna set you for the rest of your life. So just keep that into mind when you're going through your day and you're having a bad day. Say it's all right. Bad days happen, guys. Like I've had nights where I'm sleeping, I'm saying, is this even for me? Can I even trade? Can I even do this? And then one day I managed to it clicked, and now I'm just doing it. Like I'm here able to teach you guys something that just the other day I didn't know myself, and I'm able to make it clear and concise, and I've seen it help people, and I know what it's done, and a lot of people vouch as well. So yeah. Anyway, that's enough of the motivational talk. Thank you for everyone for if you guys did subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. And like I said, my recording equipment is coming soon. And guys, I promise you, I live a lit life, so you will be enjoying yourself on the late night ones. But cool. Anyway, let's move on and let's go on to Tuesday. So cool, guys. If when we go on to Tuesday, let's first things first get rid of these recordings. Let's get rid of these drawings. Let's just get rid of all of them straight away. Remove them drawings. What do we see? So cool. First things first, I want to say straight away when I go here, I see equal lows that's been built. And to the brother that said equal lows, why is this equal lows? This is an absolute triple low. One tap, two tap, three tap. If this is not triple lows, then I don't know what is and thing. But let's see when it's actually going to get induced. And let's think. Guys, give me 2 seconds. Let me go get a cup of water. And I'll be back. Cool, guys, I'm back. Um, so cool. Let's see what price action is telling us now. So first things first, guys. As soon as you wake up in the morning, you want to identify liquidity. And guys, one tip I recommend is wake up around 7 o'clock. You give your brain at least 30 minutes, get your coffee and get whatever you do in, wash your face. I recommend putting cold water on your face and just take your time. Don't rush into trades. Don't straight away see, oh my God, I see a supply zone, change your character, boom, enter. Just relax, take your time and just wait for the right moment because I promise you it will appear. And you never know, Tuesday might be an absolute rubbish day, but it's okay. Let's just pretend we're on phase two anyway and we're up for the day. We're not up for the day. We're on phase two. Another second thing I want to say is we've got previous day high here. So cool. let's play some price action and let's see what price action has to tell us. Also, I just want to say something. We do have some equal highs on Asia. So I do want to see what happens from here. Ideally, I am expecting maybe a possible reaction from here, but I'm not going to say everything's a smart money trap until I get some confirmations. But we can say this is officially a smart. Well, Asia hasn't finished actually. Let's wait for Asia to finish before I do anything. So cool. Cool. Let's extend that price action. And let's see. So cool. We had these equal highs in Asia that was produced here. Interesting. Interesting. Cool. Let's play price action. Cool. So we've entered Frankfurt now. I'm not seeing any crazy build-ups or anything too clear as of yet. So I'm literally just gonna play price action. I'm gonna hold my horses. And guys, ideally you should be waking up around these times. And I say these would be the perfect times to wake up because you get to have a little look about what Asia's producing. So cool. Asia, we still have these equal lows here, and I do expect these to get taken out, but it doesn't have to be straight away. So cool. London started. I didn't see real no opportunity here, if you want me to be honest with you. I didn't really see no opportunity here. Nothing too clear. In Frankfurt, maybe nothing too clear. Here. There's nothing really I would have traded here. We had this sort of minor inducement, break of structure, but it tapped into the supply zone. So would that have been an invalidation? Let's go on 5 minutes and see. Yeah, that would have been invalidated for me. Because you could have said this was a medium inducement. You could have sold from here. No, see, guys, look. Why I say on days like this, just relax, is because if you had taken what I said on this day, said Asia medium inducement, we've taken this high here, and you decided to sell from here, then you would have hit a stop loss. But cool. So first things first, I want to say is cool. London's opened up. We can say officially that this was a smart money trap. Why can we say this was a smart money trap? Because it gave a reaction and it tapped into a 5 minute invalidation. And guys, for higher time frame smart money traps, look for 5 minute invalidations. And for lower time frame smart money trap, look for 1 minute invalidations. Because the time frame has to match the time frame, if you get what I'm saying to you. So cool. We've done now. This has been invalidated. Ideally, there was no real opportunity to buy from here because this easily could have took Asia this low and continued. But cool. Anyway, let's move on from this now, and let's see. Let's play price action and see if we can identify anything. Cool. So in this case here, ideally, if you're saying this is going to be a smart money trap, this would be our inducement high. We could possibly take a buy from here, but I've skipped too fast, and so I'm just going to completely forget about that. And let's wait for previous day high, which is here, another liquidity point. And let's play price action in a bit of a slower sense. And guys, days like this is, look, we build up inducement low into mitigation. This is pretty simple, but I feel like price has an aim. Price is aimed to go somewhere. So where would price be? And guys, possibly on live, I would be taking this. But as I've skipped past this, I'm gonna completely invalidate this because that wouldn't be fair. So cool. Now that I've arrived at this supply zone, it does lie on previous day high. However, if you're saying that this is gonna be also a smart money trap based on what we've said before, we should expect a reaction from here. Let's see on the 15 minute if this is gonna be a bit clearer. Cool. So ideally, we should say this is gonna be a smart money trap. So if we go into the 1 minute and say, all right, cool. Where's our next inducement point? So we've had this sort of build up right here. And if we're saying that this is going to be a smart money trap, we've just had this inducement. Now the question is, we've landed in an invalidation point. So if we want to be a bit risky and we want to long from here, this could be a possible trade. However, it is a bit of a riskier trade. The reason I'm saying it's a bit of a riskier trade is because we have this level of thing here, but it doesn't make sense for price to give such a big reaction. And in some cases, it will give a big reaction. But in this instance, I'm just saying the reason it doesn't make sense is because we already had an inducement and we have a perfect mitigation zone. So this could just be a build-up inducement mitigation liquidity cycle without development break of structure, aiming for at least a full volume 1 to 4. Because don't forget, guys, we're on phase 2 right now. A full volume 1 to 4 with our break-even point being here. So this would be our break-even point, and we are going for a full volume 1 to 4. So cool, guys. We've taken the risk now. Let's see if price now is going to play into our favor. Cool. We've had an inducement low, so now it's giving me extra strength and confirmation. Now, if we get a break of structure and a pullback, you could also take a possible mitigation from here as well, if that does happen. Cool. Another thing straight into our thing. Cool, guys. So this is some hot, nerve-wrenching thing, but I just want to say is just bouncing
That,
straight
that,
into our thing, but
that
this
drop
is
is crazy.
crazy dropping in that I even got scared over there. But guys, look, the reason why it had happened the drop here. I'm gonna tell you guys why. And because first things first, we've got a smart money trap zone. A second reason why is because we've had these equal highs here. So support and resistance traders are saying, boom, oh my god, price action just shut down. When it taps into here, I'm gonna sell again. And guys, the whole point of the market is for it to give you a fake reaction and entice you into the thing. That's why it's called a trap. A trap is supposed to bring you in and take you. So don't be too scared. And that's why I say don't look at your phone. Because if you've been looking at your phone for the last 10 minutes, you're going to be having a heart attack. You're literally going to be in your chair saying, oh my God, should I close this trade? Should I close this trade? And always give yourself some room, yeah? Buffer. Because if my stop loss was here, I would have been slipped out like a motherfucker. So I gave myself a 1.5 pips. And guys, in situations like this, I just want to say something. When you're taking trades like this, usually what price likes to do is take people out at either break even or take greedy people out that have their stop losses here. Because I could go for 1 to 6 and pass my account straight away. But give yourself some room. 1 to 4. Give yourself some room. To be sure, give it another like 4.2. This shouldn't slip you out unless you have the most terrible broker in the world. But cool. Anyway, I'm gonna class this as a 1 to 4 because I had 4.5 pips here. I'm gonna class this as a 1 to 4. So cool. Anyway, let's see, guys. We're officially at break even now anyway. And I do have a feeling we might get slapped out break even because of this imbalance right here. Let's see. Let's see. Cool. No break even. Whoops. Come on. Give me the trade. Give me the trade. No break even. Oh, it's ticking at my break even. Yeah, guys, we got hit break even, guys. It's no problem at all. This was our break even point after they broke the high. Ideally, we could have took this as a full volume 1 to 3, but I wanted to be a bit greedy and aim for a 1 to 4, just above here. And I do expect this to eventually break that high. But for the sake of this trade, we got hit break even. So that's no problem. That's our first trade for the done. And guys, if it's not a loss, if it's a break even, you still have your 2 trades left, yeah? For that risk management tool, that risk management that I said for people that if they want to use, they can use it. So cool. Let's play price action anyway. Let's see what happens. So cool. Now the question is there going to be a buy opportunity from here? I believe there is. And you know what? Funny enough, yeah, there was a possible sell opportunity, but we were concentrated on buys, so it is no problem. Let's just get this marked out as our invalidation. As you can see, 5-minute order block, 5-minute invalidation. 1-minute order block, 1-minute invalidation. That's something also to think about, guys. So cool. We've had this build up of these equal lows. Now have this inducement. And let's see. Cool. Price has filled in 50% of this imbalance. So cool. Let's see. Can we take a buy opportunity from here? That's the question. That's the question of the day. Can we take a buy opportunity from here? I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. So cool. We've had a build break of structure. Now, ideally, we want to see this zone get taken out and a pullback in. Even though this was the last high that led to a low build up. So this would be our mini cycle right here. Mini cycle. This looks like an inducement to me, but we can only confirm that as an inducement after we have a relevant break of structure. Cool. I'm expecting this zone to get induced, guys, by the way, because I'm expecting break and retest to get induced here. If I'm correct, break and retest to get induced here. Where's my break and retest liquidity point? Cool. That's break and retest liquidity. Also, I'm expecting it around 11:30, maybe, possibly, for the reversal to happen. So cool. Let's see what happens here. So cool. Now, this in itself has started to become liquidity, building all of these equal highs, building these equal lows. We also have break and retest sitting here as well, support and resistance. So now I'm seeing break and retest, breakout, and support and resistance. All three of them have been trapped in here so far. But cool, 1 second. Is that an inducement or is that a creating of equal low? That does not look like an inducement to me, so I'm still going to be waiting. If we get an inducement high, now this will be a whole different subject. So cool, guys. In this instance, unfortunately, in this instance right here, unfortunately, we did not get a pullback into our trade. And I don't think the trade is going to pull back. And now that we've hit our... Sorry, this was supposed to be invalidation, not smart money trap. My apologies, guys. This is supposed to be invalidation, not smart money trap. All of these should be smart money traps, by the way. I'm just letting you guys know. So, if we get a reaction off the smart money trap, we could possibly be looking to sell, or we're just going to take it out. So cool. Yes, guys, as you can see, in this instance, guys, we didn't get a reaction back in after the inducement, and unless we took it off the invalidation, which if we covered the whole zone, let's see if it would have been worth our risk to reward. I didn't check that ideally, but a 9 pip, it wouldn't really make sense to me. I mean, even though you could have secured a 1 to 3 off a 9 pip, I don't know. For me, it's a bit too large. I like to keep my pip range between 3 to 7. For me, 9 pips would have been out of the ordinary, even if I took it to there. So in this instance, I probably would have let the trade go and just said on the next one. But you know, as you can see, break and retest did get hit break even though, because they broke, and then their retest, they probably would have got put on break even, or they would have probably got stopped out. So I don't know. But I'm just presuming so. But cool. As you can see, guys, Tuesday, it doesn't look like we've had a successful day as of yet. We've hit 2 break evens, or we've hit 1 break even. We've hit one thing, but we've read the positive of today is we've read price action correctly. Why have we read price action correctly? Is because we've identified possible zones that might be smart money traps. We've tried to take a trade here. We've hit a break even. That's no problem. We looked for a trade here at our invalidation zone, which confirmed that this is going to be a smart money trap. As you can see, 5-minute order block, 5-minute invalidation. And guys, this is something I'll do myself. Write your invalidations out. If you think this is going to be a smart money trap, go to your next invalidation area. However, you can trade smart money traps if it does pull back in and then comes to your invalidation and then pulls up. But only if the risk to reward made sense. So for example, I'm trying to give a quick example. If we was, let's say price pulled into here and going into, let's say we had like 5 pips, or let's say 5.5 pips, price pulled back in for some reason, and we come into here was a 3 pip. I would have took this trade at full volume. Not at full volume, I would have took 50%, my apologies, here, and then let the rest of the trade run. If I then get hit at break even, if I then get put at break even, that's also no problem. However, only if the risk to reward makes sense, you can trade smart money traps. But for someone starting off, I don't recommend it.
Yo,
But
Adam,
cool. Anyway, yes, bro.
Someone is asking what's the difference between invalidation and SMT?
Well, so look, so a smart money trap is basically a smart money trap is basically where you're saying to yourself, all right, cool, this is going to be a smart money trap. So how do you confirm this is going to be a smart money trap? Because I can just say, all right, cool, smart money trap, smart money trap, smart money trap, or smart money trap, and be wrong. So how do I confirm that this is going to be an actual smart money trap? Because not always, like, I used to make this mistake before as well, and I lost out a lot of trades, so I fixed it. So I said to myself, how can I confirm to myself that this zone is actually going to be a smart money trap? And there's a couple ways. Either a lot of liquidity lies around it, equal highs, previous day high, previous week low, etc. Or the smart money trap gives you a reaction into a local demand zone, and then it gives a reaction and pushes up. So in this instance, we said, all right, cool. Why do we think the smart money trap? Because this is a previous day high, and this is going to be confirmed to us by if it reaches this invalidation, and we have now minor inducements to the low side that break structure and gives us opportunity, then this would give an extra confirmation to show us that this is going to be a smart money trap, because now we're getting inducement lows showing that buyers are starting to take control from this demand zone. So in this instance, we saw this build up right here. Saw this inducement low. We had this break of structure right here. But to be safe, we wanted this break of structure. In reality, we could have took it off here, because now this would have been a smart money trap. We could have took this trade, but we decided to be safe, and we missed out on this trade. However, if I wanted to be a bit more riskier, I could have said, all right, cool, as I marked that before, build up my inducement low, my relevant break of structure would be right here. Boom. I could have took this trade and said to myself, all right, cool, this is going to be my zone. However, because I'm expecting break and retest to get taken out, which is what happened here, break and retest got taken out, as you can see. I'll give my stop loss some room. I'll usually put it around here, and boom, I could have took this trade and I took it right here, and this would have been my day done. But I decided to be safe. So I'm just showing you guys, you can be risky, but it's better to be safe. And to answer the person's question, the difference between a smart money trap, the difference is this confirms that this is a smart money trap, and this is an area, if that once the smart money trap is confirmed, you can look to take a trade from to continue buying, or vice versa, continue selling. If this is a smart money trap and this is your invalidation, then you can continue to look to sell from here once it taps into here, taps into your supply, and then sell down. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So this confirms this. This confirms this. That's basically what it's all. That's the only thing it's there for. So you don't mark out wrong smart money traps. But cool. Anyway, let's move on with Tuesday, because I'm gonna literally fly in the next like 15 minutes. So we're approaching London, and unfortunately, guys, in this instance, we didn't take this trade. That probably would have been our phase one done. But let's continue anyway. So now, guys, we've taken a lot of liquidity to the high side. We could be possibly now looking for a reversal in New York. And guys, as you can see, if I did take this trade right here, this would have been your phase two smashed. But I was being safe for you guys, and I didn't take it. But I did say break and retest was there. They got liquidated. This was my build-up inducement, relevant break of structure. And guys, always give room below the stop loss for break and retest. I promise you, it will save you a lot of trades. But cool. Anyway, let's continue from here. Let's see. So cool. Now we're approaching New York trap time, which is something I trade myself, and I don't recommend you trading it unless you're a bit more advanced. But what do I see here? I see this as a crazy level of liquidity, trendline liquidity, crazy level of trendline liquidity. This is a whole channel. So I'm expecting some big shorts from this channel. This right now. And guys, channels don't always have to be on 5 minutes. You can have hourly channels. You can have 15-minute channels. And the bigger the channel, the bigger the move. So this to me automatically is looking like an inducement of all of these channels. So now if I'm looking for shorts in New York, I need to position myself in a place where I can sell from. And the day's not over yet. We're still at 1 p.m. So we're at a perfect time. So anyway, let's continue now anyway. So possibly there is going to be little trades where you can take from here to here. But for the sake of the thing, for the sake of the back testing, I'm waiting for the perfect trade. Like if I saw all of this momentum, I would have took my break and retest from right here, and I would have been, my phase 2 would have been done. That's just me, innit? That would have been my thing, stop loss, boom. That would have been my phase 2 done. But I'm just trying to catch the perfect trade, 1 to 5 full volume, and just Bob's your uncle. So anyway, let's try see if we can now position ourselves. And I'm gonna go into the 15-minute time frame because current price action is not showing us a lot. But cool. So cool, guys. Now that I've reached this supply zone, and this supply zone is a high that's led to a low. So it is some sort of zone, but we're in the middle of, we're in the start of thing. But this is also a high. Actually, it hasn't broken it, it's tapped into it. So cool. Let's go on to the 1 minute. Amazing. I love what I'm seeing here. I love what I'm seeing here. This looks absolutely beautiful. Why do I love what I'm seeing here? It's because I'm seeing a trend line of buyers that's getting brought in right now as of yet. So if you're saying we've just had a crazy inducement of all of these highs, more than medium inducements, and we've tapped into the supply zone, and we're not close to the previous week high, so we don't need to worry about that as of yet. We can mark out this and say, all right, cool. If we now get the correct lower time frame confirmations, this would be a place that we could possibly sell from. Now, what am I expecting? I'm expecting break and retest to get taken out here, and for more smart money traders to get brought in for buys, as we've had such a buying day. Cool. Let's play price action and let's see. So cool. Now that we've had we've had it in the last headed to a higher. If we go into the 5 minute, we're in the middle of this. Alright, now we're gonna say this is gonna be a smart money trap. Cool. You might as well get changed, so I'm gonna start getting changed soon as well. Cool. And then this is going to be, now we're saying this is going to be a smart money trap. Why are we saying this is going to be a smart money trap? We've tapped into a supply. We've had all these inducements to the higher side. So ideally, these inducements should be running the show now. These inducements, look, this is such a big push. This looks like a big inducement to me. And guys, for big liquidity, you need big inducements. For 5 minute thing, identify what your inducement looks like on different time frames. Because this liquidity cycle is not just specific to the 1 minute or the 5 minute. It happens on all time frames. But cool, anyway. We've had our break of structure now. So ideally, if we're saying that this is mitigated, possibly if this is where we get break and retest going to get taken out, I'm saying that we should put our short position tool right here, cover the high, and let's put our short position 6 pips right here. Boom, 6 pips. In fact, let's give it a little bit of breathing room. 7 pips is within our 7 pip range, and all we're aiming for is a 1 to 5. We do not want any more than 1 to 5. We simply want to pass our phase 1. Let's do 1 to 1.1 just for the little couple $100 that I might take away for commission, and let's see if we miss this trade. We're going to look for a re-entry. But cool. Now that we've got here, we should expect a reaction, and hopefully it's a large enough reaction to tap us in. Hopefully we get tapped in. So cool, guys. I'll be honest with you. In this instance here, I would be in this trade. I would be in this trade, guys. And I'm going to tell you why I would be in this trade. It's because once we've had such a large inducement of this channel right here, this channel, let me remove this wedge because this is going to confuse you guys a little bit. That channel now turns into this channel. And guys, this is some of my perfect trades. And if this trade fails, I'll be very surprised. However, now that I've had our inducement high, if we break past this zone, and guys, I would have been in this trade already because this would have been extra confirmed for me. But if you wanted to wait for more extra confirmation, after we break past this zone, you can catch an entry. You can catch an entry. Let's see, guys. Let's see. We've had our inducement high. Let's see. We're messing around here. So cool. Boom. Now everything's got induced. Now this zone should fail. And guys, I just want to say before we do pass phase 1, I just want to say something. Before we just pass it, let's go. There we go, guys. Guys, happy days. In 2 trading days, you've just passed phase 1 and passed phase 2. Well done. Here's the funded account for you. Take your entry. And guys, and knowing me, I would have passed here. I would have passed here because I'm a bit of a riskier trader. I like to take risk. I would have passed here. I could have passed here. But for the sake of the backtesting, I waited for the most perfect trade and the perfect opportunity. And guys, take this to 1 to 10. This ideally should come all the way down here. But let's play price action anyway. Let's see. Ideally, this should come all the way down here. Let's see. But for the sake of the backtesting, we've passed the 1 to 5 full volume already. Oh, all right, cool. In this instance, it didn't. In this instance, we just took our 1 to 5. However, I do think if this was a lower pip, you could have hit your 1 to 10. But we used this as a 7 pip, and we just took our 1 to 5. Well done, guys. We passed phase 2. And guys, that's me done for today. I'm just going to give everyone 10 minutes of asking questions. And for the guys, for the gentlemen, please do put your mic on. And for the ladies, you are allowed to type on the chat. And guys, that's in 1 day. I've just shown you how to pass a
Assalamualaikum, brother.
challenge. Hi, then, bro. You're right.
I'm fine, man. Please, I want to ask a question. I'm the one that asked of what's the difference between SMT and invalidation. So if I
Validation.
should ask, so if we have
Yeah.
XMT, that means automatically we are going to have invalidation.
Cool. So look,
Yeah.
if we're saying this is going to be a smart money trap,
Okay, brother.
this might not be a smart money trap. What I'm saying to you is, if we're going to say this is going to be a smart money trap, we need to have things to confirm that this is going to be a smart money trap.
Okay.
If we don't have things to confirm that this is going to be a smart money trap, then we're just randomly placing traps everywhere, and that's randomizing it. We don't want randomized data. We want data backed by confirmations. So how do we confirm to ourselves that this is going to be a smart money trap? So first things first, like I said, previous day high is a zone where a lot of liquidity lies, and it's a zone where price usually likes to take and give a reaction from. Or in this instance, it created a supply zone at previous day high. So I know that sellers are going to be looking to sell from here. How do I confirm this? I go to my 5-minute demand because this is going to be a 5-minute candle, and I say, all right, cool. If price now from this supply zone gives me a minor inducement, a minor liquidity cycle, that you have
Okay.
an inducement low, you have a relevant break of structure, and I have a
Okay.
mitigation from this invalidation zone, this now shows to me that this smart money trap was just a trap to bring sellers in and buyers are still in control, and that I can look to buy from this zone. So this zone here is confirmed by this zone, and not just by this zone. 3 confirmations. What's the 3 confirmations I have? I have previous day high. I have a supply zone. I have a minor liquidity cycle, and it's tapped into a demand zone. So what are my 3 invalidations? Demand, liquidity cycle, and previous day high.
Okay.
So
Then
these are my
liquidity.
3. These are my 3 confirmations to tell me that this is going to be a smart money trap. Because bro, I could just say this is going to be a smart money trap, and then it give me a reaction, and then I'm live on the markets, and then I'm saying, oh my god, it wasn't a smart money trap. Let me sell, and then I jump in and I get stopped out. But
Hmm.
if I now have confirmed to myself that even if I get a reaction from here and it touches, and even if and it comes to here, I automatically know that because I've followed my confirmations to say I've what more. I'm sorry to let me correct myself. I've followed my invalidations. I now know that regardless if it gives a reaction or not, this is going to be a smart money trap because it's invalidated itself 3 times. 1 invalidation, 2 invalidations. I don't need the fourth one. I've got 3 invalidations that confirm to me that this one is going to be a trap. And as you can see, bro, what did I do? I put my invalidate as soon as it tapped into here. I put my invalidation, and then I went onto the lower time frame and I looked for a liquidity cycle for extra confirmation. And that
Okay.
was the cherry on top. The liquidity cycle was the cherry on top to say, all right, cool, this is definitely going to be an invalidation. And yeah, bro, that's about it, really.
Thank you very much, bro.
No problem, bro. Any more question, guys? I've got about I'll give it 6 minutes before I log off. Go for it, bro.
Let's say I'm looking short, right? And I get a
Bro, go on.
tap into SMC. Do I wait for the zone I was looking at to short? Like let's say just like the SMC was in the mid. I'm at SMC, so
Okay.
my money. Let's say that was in the mid. But I
Okay.
wait for the zone I was looking at to get induced, and then to come back, and then look for an entry for my short, or
So
how would I go about this?
so in this instance, if it induced here, if it took an inducement of this high, I would have now said to myself, all right, cool. Can I sell? Can I sell? Now I would have looked to sell. But it tapped in, it didn't break the high, it then tapped into the invalidation. So automatically I said to myself, there's no way I'm selling from here. However, if price action did something like this, and from here it induced it, it gave me an opportunity for a entry here. I would have, and if the risk to reward made sense, I would have sold all the way to here. So if this risk to reward made sense from here, after it's taken it, let's say I had a risk to reward of 7 pips, or let's say for the sake of it, 6 pips, because I usually don't really get 7 pips, and I can now have a 1 to 3 risk to reward from here without it even getting close to the invalidation. I would have, all right, cool. I would have taken this trade, and then I would have secured my 50% partial. So even if it did come into here and then come in to break me out, I would have still secured 1.5%. Do you get it, bro?
Yeah, I get it. So if it comes into a zone and like if whatever you're looking at, if you're looking like to like in that case, if you were looking to buy and then it induced it, then it would make sense if the RR to like sell into your invalidation.
Yes. Yes, exactly that. And then let's say now this actually was, and this inducement just gave a minor reaction, you would have still secured yourself 1.5%. And all right, cool. Maybe you would have missed out on this trade, but like I said, I probably would have found another second entry here after another build-up inducement and then shot up into this zone that I originally had for thing. And that's what I'm saying. When you can't see nothing in this sort of price action, just zoom out onto the 15-minute and look for what is price action doing. Like, guys, look, this is a massive channel. It doesn't have to tap all the time, but this is still a channel of liquidity. And this this is a 15-minute inducement. But on the lower time frame, this gives you opportunities to buy. Do you get what I'm saying to you, bro?
Yeah, I got that. Appreciate that, my boy.
But yeah, guys, so do we have any more questions? If you guys have any more questions, please do let me know. And if the ladies, please type in the chat. For the gentlemen, please turn on your mics. Cool. I'm gonna answer 2 more questions because I'm literally gonna get ready to leave. Um, any more questions? Cool, guys. If there's no questions, I'm going to be ending the call in approximately 2 minutes. It's 11. I'm going out for a walk, man. It's London, it's central London, man. I'm safe, man. Don't worry. I'll box anyway, bro. He's gonna do anything to me. All right, cool. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate
Brother,
it. Yeah, go on, bro. Last question.
yeah. Not really a question, but I just want to say thank you for the great explanations on the validation and SMT.
No
Thank you
problem,
so
my
much.
brother, man. No problem, bro. Like I said, guys,
All
I
right.
don't expect nothing from this chat. I'm not charging for it. It's all completely free. And I just hopefully you guys have some success. And I just ask for return the favor, because one day, once you've secured yourself money and learned something, and you're in now my position to be able to teach other people, I hope that you pass the knowledge down, because everyone that we live in this world deserves a good life. And like I said, guys, not everyone will make it. When I first started trading, there was a lot of people that I used to speak to on Discord, and I can tell you how many people fell off. In fact, there was one serious friend of mine. He was really good at trading as well. He fell off, And I just want to say the people that make it in life are the people that stay consistent, put hard work in, and are at their grind every single day. And if you continue to do that over the course of time, you will eventually be a good trader. And it's just facts. Like, is there's no other way behind it. If you put the time and you put the effort and you grind and every single day you correct yourself from making your mistakes, then you will become a good trader. Guys, I wasn't able to do this about a year and a half ago. And I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm still here grinding every single day. And guys, don't look at this is as well beneficial to me because this is just a reminder that every single day that I know how to trade. So now when I wake up in the morning on Monday, I'm gonna go into Monday with confidence. And even if I do take a loss, it's no problem. I just read the market wrong. But like I said, guys, I just want to leave it at that. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, it really means the most if you guys could. It's literally totally free, and any support will be will be much appreciated. Thank you so much for the time of night, guys. I hope you have a good night and you lot enjoy yourselves. And Saeed did post a link there, so if you guys didn't, then please do. And I'll leave you guys to it. Peace.